Hey folks, welcome back here to the Biggest Don Channel here on the mean streets of Las Vegas on Charleston Blvd heading westbound. Just left Valley View Boulevard. So we continue our trek across the valley here along the entire stretch of Charleston Blvd. Shell gas station there, $3.99 a gallon for regular unleaded, cash price. Skinny Dugan's Casino there on the left, never heard of that one. Most of these places are open 24 hours. You can see there's a few cars parked there. Definitely a locals place. And then we have a Walmart up here. It looks like a super Walmart here at Westland Fair, it's called. As well as a Lowe's, a PetSmart, and a Michael's in there. And this is Essex Drive. Every time I see Essex, I think of the movie Revenge of the Nerds 2. When they go to Fort Lauderdale, my hometown, and China Star over there on the left. There's a place called Norm's. Never heard of Norm's, but shout out to Norm from Cheers. He just passed away. George Wendt, the actor's name, on that beloved series, Cheers. This is Decatur Boulevard. I'm another major north-south artery here in town. Yeah, I always think of that Hotel Coral Essex, where the letters E and L are out on the marquee, on the neon sign out front. See Roberto's Taco Shop with a huge sign there on the left. Open 24 hours. And it, so it says Hotel Hot. So it's Hotel Coral Essex. So it says hot, and the C is off. So you can imagine what the rest of it spells out when those lights are on. And then the E and the S are out. So, yeah. I'm not going to say the words because, you know, this is a family channel. Just one of those little quirks Hollywood throws in. Good movie. I was there during the filming. They filmed some of it downtown and then down on the beach there in Fort Lauderdale. Really cool movie. I mean, it's just goofy. It's those, you know, slapstick, silly 80s movies. Notice that back in the day, back in the 40s and 50s, the cars back then were really big, right? I mean, if you take a look at, if you ever see any of them on the road nowadays, they're just really, really big. Farm Basket chicken and turkey over there on the right. And then, like in the 70s and 80s, we shrunk our cars down, right, because of fuel prices. So we were practically sitting on top of each other when we were driving down the road in a little Toyota or whatever. Like, remember the little Honda Civics? Speaking of which, they had one in the movie, was it the first Police Academy or second Police Academy movie back in the 80s? That high tower tips over. This is Torrey Pines Drive here that we're about to approach. Yeah, and those were tiny little cars. Now we're back to like bigger cars again. I remember growing up in Florida, my folks used to say back before, I think it was 1982, when they widened and opened up a new version of the 7 Mile Bridge down there in the Florida Keys, that you really have to be careful back in one of the old cars from the 40s and 50s, because you could take a car going in the opposite direction. You could take their mirror off if you're too far over in your lane. That's how big the cars were and how narrow the lanes were on that little bridge. And then in 82, they opened up the new version of the bridge. This is Rainbow, by the way, another major north-south artery here in town. Steel plates ahead. Oh, they're right there on the right, yeah. Looks like they're doing some pipe work there, drainage work. Something called Griscom Court there. Hush Puppy. So they used to have two locations. The other one used to be there on Nellis, but it has since closed down and become a Spanish restaurant, Mexican restaurant. And they used to have a good salad bar, and that was what people really, really liked about the place. Really had a good salad bar, and then COVID came, wiped out the salad bar, and people just gave up on it. But they do have actually good hush puppies as well as good southern style cooking in there. If you're looking for something different off the strip, or if you're a local and you've never tried it out. I've not been to the one here on Charleston, but both restaurants used to be exactly the same. So I'm guessing, because of the fact that there's still cars in their parking lot right now, that they're still putting up good quality food. This is Buffalo Drive right here, another major north-south artery here in town, that does get interrupted by the golf course down there just south of Tropicana. Or is it Flamingo? In between Flamingo and Tropicana. One of those. Otherwise, it goes all the way through, and it is contiguous from the southwest to the northwest here on the west side of town. But yeah, we've gotten into more wider, fatter cars now, right? Am I wrong? Drop me a comment. Let me know. Am I, like, losing my mind? If you take the width of a car built back in the 40s and 50s and compare it to the width of a car nowadays, especially an SUV, of course they didn't have SUVs back then. And in fact, the first minivan didn't launch until the 80s, right? The Dodge Caravan. Unless you, well, I wouldn't include the van again, right? The VW bus. That was more of a van. As we pass Cimarron Road here. And then the first SUVs that I can remember, I think, were like the Chevy Blazer and the Ford Explorer. And then Nissan quickly came out with the Pathfinder, Suzuki came out with the Rodeo, so on and so forth. And nowadays, you probably see more SUVs than you do cars. So we approach the light here at Durango. Also, please check out my wife's brand new channel here on YouTube. It is called Cinnamon and Jupiter, common spelling on both of those. We're going to have to wait through another cycle here at Durango of the light. She does some terrific spirituality and astrology videos. So even if that's not your thing, if you could still like and subscribe, it would really mean a ton to us. We really appreciate you guys helping us out. I'll pause it here for a moment. All right, we got the green light here at Durango, continuing westbound here on Charleston Boulevard. See these little three-wheelers all over the place. Oh, goodness, there's an old Camaro. Nice. I like the color on it, too. Love showing those old cars. Really love cars. Bonefish Grill over here on the left. I really like food, too. It's like the term foodie, right? There's a Carrabba's there on the left, part of that national chain of Italian restaurants. The Vitamin Shop there on the right. Crossroads Commons. Chick-fil-A's out here. There's Boca Park right in here at Rampart. They've got a ton of shopping, ton of dining, and they do some entertainment in there as well. So this is a major intersection here at Rampart and Charleston. Lots and lots of shopping. Cheesecake Factory's in here. There's a Total Wine in here. There's a Target, Williams-Sonoma, Talbot's. P.F. Chang's right there on the corner with the big horses out front. At a shopping center called Rampart Commons. There's a North Italia in there too, which I believe is a chain nationally. You can see a lot of the traffic here on a Saturday afternoon. There's a good deal of traffic. Folks are out and about. But it also speaks to all of the housing, all of the folks moving here. And the roads nearing or reaching capacity for their numbers as far as how many vehicles they can accommodate per day. See the trees there on the right. Very windy day here. It's been a very windy week, in fact. And that's one of the things they don't tell you when you move here. The winds are wild. I know people that move here. We have Apple Drive over here on the left, and then Palace Court on the right there. You got some horses out there in front of Palace, that gated community there. But yeah, they don't tell you. So I've seen people move here who have put up like all sorts of elaborate canopies and lights and stuff in their backyards, and then trying to make it like a paradise of some sort, which is great. It's a great idea. It looks great until the winds come, and then the winds just kind of rip through the canopies and shred them, and yeah, it becomes a mess, unfortunately. Over here on the left is a shopping center that contains Dom DeMarco's. Dom DeMarco's, in my humble opinion, is the best, as we pass Hullapai Way here, the best pizza place here in Vegas. It's a little on the expensive side, but in my opinion, it's definitely worth it. Very, very good pizza there. I have a BMW here that is just flying behind me. Okay, finally slowed down. So we come up here to Town Center Drive. I would like to thank you all again so very, very much for joining us. We really appreciate each and every single one of you here on the Vegas Don channel. Please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. It really helps recommend us to other viewers. And it absolutely helps recommend us to the almighty algorithm. The almighty algorithm is what really carries the weight of your voice to other folks. So please help us out there. It really means a lot to us. We cannot do this without you guys, and that's a fact. And as always, remember here on the Vegas Don channel, it is the journey where what happens in Vegas stays right here on the Vegas Don channel on YouTube. Thank you so much, you guys. We'll see you on the next one.